You might know us for vending machines, but we also do Amazon FBA. Today we are going to explain to you all the ins and outs of joining Amazon FBA and making some extra money on the side.
This isn't a get rich quick scheme.
Selling books, selling...
We did flat iron, chicken dinner, winner, you feel me? I found this iron. We did puzzles, but you could sell a lot of stuff. So the first thing to do when you're starting Amazon FBA, you have to make your account. So there's two different types of accounts. There's the free account, it's called the individual account, and then there's the paid account. So the individual account is free, but they charge you $1 extra on every single item, and they limit up to 100 items that you can send to Amazon. The $40 one, you can send unlimited amount of items as you want, and you'll be featured in like the buy box basically.
The first thing you need to do is find a product you want to sell, but this should really be worded, find a product you can sell. How hard is it to find a product to sell, Donald?
Products are kind of hard because if you guys watched our first video when we did this, we were gated in a lot of categories. Being gated just means that you can't sell it.
So you can't sell it because Amazon wants to make sure what you're selling is authentic. Say for example, you're selling a skincare product. They want to make sure you're not giving the person who's buying some poison or some like artificial concoction that's not the real thing. Same thing with the sneakers. They need to make sure if you're selling Jordans, they're Jordans. They need to make sure that you can be trusted.
Because before, Amazon used to let anybody sell anything, but people were just scamming people left and right. So they made this thing where you have to get authorization from the actual company that you're selling from. So for example, they'll be like, you need authorization from Nike. Basically, you need to meet these different requirements in order to sell these different things.
So when we first started, we drove to like Walmart, we drove to Dollar Tree, we drove to a lot of stores. We would scan using the Amazon Sellers app, and it would tell us how much we can make, if it was gated, how much we would make, if it was giving us a profit, if it was at a profit deficit, like if it was in the red. So this took a lot of time because you actually have to like go throughout the store and scan different things. So that was time consuming, and it was actually very hard to find products that we could sell. So we went to places like American Thrift, we went to places like Walmart and Walgreens and Dollar Tree. So when we went to American Thrift, what we did was we did the books. We got like 10 books and we were gonna resell them. Books were, let me tell you, we're gonna get into the books, but the books are like, that's the pot of gold. We also went to like places like Marshall and TJ Maxx, and we found like flat irons and curling irons and stuff like that, and we also were able to sell that. But again, this is very time consuming. You have to go in and you have to just scan different items, scan different items, scan different items. It's a lot.
There are many different apps that you can use in order to like find like what's a winning product. So what you can do, let's say you don't have a car, you can always do online retail arbitrage. You could go to places like Brixie and find products that are at a discount and like order those products, and then you can ship them to Amazon. That's a way that you could do it as well.
Like one example I've seen on TikTok recently is people that have been selling these burger holders. They sell on Alibaba for like cents, and then you can sell them on Amazon, like a burger holder. So cool. But like these things have trends, and once people catch on that these are selling, everyone's gonna be supplying it to Amazon, and you're not gonna get that many sales. So you really have to be keeping up with what's hot and what's trending on Amazon.
The product that me and Sarah K found the most success in was books. The reason we chose books was because books were very cheap, and the profit margins was crazy on some textbooks, cookbooks, and other type of like specialty books. The guide to finding your first product, guys. The product that you want to find, you want to make sure that it's above $15. Amazon takes a big cut of the fees if you do it Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA, if you don't know, it stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. That basically means Amazon is fulfilling it, they're handling the customer service, and they're handling anything that goes on with the product basically.
That means shipping, labeling, all of that.
So that means if they do all that, they're gonna take a big cut of the fee. So if you're selling a product for about $10, so you could be making like $3, $2 profit on the book.
So when we first did the books, we did 10. We got like a bucket of books at American Thrift, and we made $50 profit on it. And we were like, wow, this is cool, but we didn't continue. We like stopped. We like just did it for the video, and that was it.
After that, like a few months later, I did some research about it, because this was around the summertime. So we did the flat irons, and flat irons were selling, but the flat irons I couldn't find anymore. We bought them for $20, we sold them for $50, and we made a profit of $15 off every hair iron. And we went to the TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and we bought every single flat iron we could find. But after that time, I don't know if they were discontinued, but we couldn't find any of them.
Couldn't find them. That's how Marshalls is. Like
when you're finding books on Amazon, we're gonna link every single item that you need down below. The first thing that you're gonna need is you're gonna need a barcode scanner. The barcode scanner looks something like this. This is the one that we recommend right here. That I recommend.
Vibrates and it just shoots a laser out.
So you just grab your book,
and then you just scan the barcode like that.
At first, first we were scanning books by hand with the Amazon Sellers app, and that was taking a very long time. So what we did is we got this app called Scout IQ. Scout IQ is basically an app that scans different books and tells you which book is profitable, which book is ready to go, which book that you should take. So if the book is good, it'll go green. If the book is bad, it'll go red. And it'll tell you how much profit and stuff you'll make on the book. What we try to do is we try to find books that was $2-3 profit minimum. So after our fees and Amazon took its fees, we wanted to at least make $3 profit on every book.
So we set that in the Scout IQ in the software so they could do the calculation for us.
Okay, so when you open up Scout IQ, right, it's gonna show you the barcode, it's gonna tell you about the book, it's gonna tell you the profit, whether to accept or reject, and you could put the buy cost. It's gonna tell you the rank of the book. The rank is very important when you're finding products on Amazon. So if any rank that's under like 100,000, that means it's really selling a lot. Over like 1 million, it's not selling as much.
Okay, so the first thing we looked at was the e-score, and the e-score was how many times the book sold in the last 6 months. So the max was 151 plus, and if you saw a book that had like a rank of 3 or 19 or 50, those are not the ones you want. You want as close as possible to 150.
And then you look at the rank. Rank is very important. For us, we wanted to make sure that the rank was under 1 million. Because remember, there's about 24 million books. So if you could find a book that sells rank like 10, like that means that book is selling like constantly, bestseller. Second, what is the criteria that we look for when we're looking at books?
We avoided the romance and we avoided the fiction, because usually those are like bestsellers and they're very popular. Like fiction, like Harry Potter. Harry Potter, we saw Harry Potter, move that to the side. We're not scanning a Harry Potter book. Any popular book you don't want to, because there's gonna be an influx of sellers. Like, well, everyone's selling it. It's a Harry Potter book. You can get it anywhere. Like walk into a Barnes & Noble. You want those rare books that sell a lot, if that makes sense.
So the books that you're looking for textbooks, you're looking for cookbooks, you're looking for nonfiction.
Textbooks especially.
We had a cookbook that we sold for like $500, like a Jewish cookbook. It sold like crazy. Where are you gonna find these books, Erica?
So what we started doing is we went to book sales, we went to community book fairs, we were everywhere. You have to be on like Facebook Marketplace or on Facebook in general and just looking for book fairs and book sales and all this.
So what I used to do, I used to hit up like people from Facebook Marketplace and be like, oh, they had like a bunch of books for sale, but the only problem was they would be like, oh, you have to take all the books, and I would sell them. Also too, you want to find set. Like I wouldn't sell like a Hunger Games book or Harry Potter book, but if the book was in a set, like 3 books, Game of Thrones book, I would sell that, because you could probably sell those for like that's what I said.
You said Game of Thrones, but yeah,
if it was
Game of Thrones book,
you could sell it for like $50, $60, $70.
And I think our first time we did find like a set. Like the first time we went,
we did find a set. I found a Hunger Games set, and so you go to thrift stores, went to libraries, Facebook Marketplace, and also book sale finders. How you find the book sale? If you guys are wondering, we'll find like these book sales at different libraries, different towns, whatever. That's how we basically find like the book sales that we went to. When I went to my first book sale, I didn't see a lot of people. I was just scanning away.
Yeah.
And then I went to a book sale that had dealers in it. Dealers are people like me with scanners. And when I went there, guys, I tell you, I seen people under the table, people fighting for books.
So many.
Scanning.
There's a community of people that just sell books. Like, you would never know.
And it's like a race to the top. Like me and a guy were just like going through the books as fast as.
There was one time we took Vlad to a couple of them, and he just came and helped us scan. Vlad's been in a lot of our videos.
And remember, some of these places have over 100,000 books. These book sales, 100,000 books, and they're very neatly organized. So they have like a textbook section. They have a cookbook section, and that's what we did. We just went to those different sections. What they did, because they knew a lot of people would come with their scanners, they would charge the dealer. It's like $15, $20, $50, depending on how big the book sale was. They would charge dealers to come a day early to go scan through all the books. So for example, let's say you went to the book sale and the dealers already went through all the books. You might not find as many books because some of the dealers already got the books.
Good stuff.
But remember, everyone has their different strategies. For some people, $2, $3 is not enough for them. They might want $10 on every book. They might want $50 on every book. So there's always a chance that you could find. And sometimes people don't scan every book. Some people just scan a couple in the section and just leave.
Move. It's an art form, guys. An art form.
Sky IQ has 2 different payment plans. So it's $15 for basically like a live mode, and it's like $44 for live and database mode. For the live mode, that basically just means like what the book is doing on Amazon, like what is like current rank, it's how much it's selling for on Amazon. But it's a little slower with the $15 a month. When you're in those basements in the book sales, like live could take like a little bit of time, and you need to be able to scan through the books very quick. What I have was the live plus database mode. That's basically gonna tell you like what it is already in the database, and we were going like very quickly. I'm talking about like 100 books a minute. Like that's how fast we were going. And I did it with like the sound. So like it makes a sound when it's green and it makes a sound that's red.
Like,
you're gonna get a lot of duds, like a lot of bad books. So when you hear that ding, you're like very excited to see like how much you get, and then sometimes it might be like $2 and just like dang. In the beginning, the biggest mistake that me and Sarah K made, we were getting basically bad books. Bad books were basically books that were mass produced, like James Patterson, Noah Roberts. I was getting a bunch of these books thinking that like they were really good books, but in reality a bunch of people are already selling them.
Yeah, those are like super mass produced because they're so popular.
But mind you, the reason why I was doing that was because what I used to do, right? I used to go into the Scout IQ app. I used to scan the book. The book used to come out red. When you look at the book, there's a section that says new buy box. I used to press the new buy box and it will come up green, and I would just pick out the book because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sell this book because this book looks new. Even though some of them will sell, a bunch of them sat. So don't make
it green.
Make sure that's coming up green when you guys get Scout IQ. The next app that you have to get is something called Inventory Lab. Inventory Lab is gonna actually help you send the books over to Amazon.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting flashbacks of the boxes.
So Inventory Lab, right? Inventory Lab is $50 a month, but the first month is free, so utilize it very well, guys. When we were doing it in the beginning, it took us, the process to put every single book into Amazon's database is very long and very tedious and very hard. So Inventory Lab makes it very easy for you. So what you do, so you download Inventory Lab. The next thing that you're gonna need a label printer. What we use was a Rollo label printer. So with the Rollo label printers, right, you're going to need to put like an MSKU on the back of every single book.
An MSKU is, see it on the back, and it's basically like telling you the price that you scan. But you're gonna put a new one to cover that one.
Over the barcode.
Over the old barcode that automatically comes with the book, so that Amazon can scan it, and it's an Amazon system. So a new barcode for the Amazon system. So
you're on Amazon, you're gonna order 2x1 rolls. The link is gonna be in the bio. Everything is gonna be in the bio for anyone that needs this. You're gonna buy 2x1 rolls, and you're gonna put those MSKUs on the back of your books, on the back of whatever you're selling. You need to cover the barcode. So Inventory Lab, we had another scanner that, you know, those big scanners that you see people actually use and like shoot. Those big scanners, we had one of those. You take that scanner, you scan the barcode of the book comes up on Amazon, you press select, you put the price that you want to sell in Inventory Lab, you put the condition of the book. Guys, remember, put the correct condition of the book, make sure you clean the book, make sure you look inside the book. Make sure
if there's writing or anything, make sure you're looking at that, because people will leave bad reviews on your thing. We got like our first bad review when we forgot to check inside the book, and someone had like wrote notes of like the book and what's going on, which I thought personally that would be kind of cool, but that person just didn't like it.
So what we did was, and in the beginning we put all our books as new. But we got a comment when we did that. Someone commented under our video and was like, oh, that's the quickest way to get banned from Amazon.
Yeah.
What you should do is put like use like new or use very good.
Never put new when you're buying them, because they're not.
Unless they're like wrapped up, plastic wrap, then you can put new. But like if it's not like that, then you're gonna put use like new, use very good. And next,
you need boxes.
So either small Home Depot boxes or small U-Haul boxes. U-Haul boxes work the best for us because we were able to put more books in the U-Haul boxes. You get these U-Haul boxes and you put in the books. Remember, the books can only be 50 pounds. You need a scale
to make sure it's under 50 pounds. And once you put your books in, you weigh it and it shows that it's under 50 pounds. Now it's time to tape it up and you can ship it out. You also have to get the Rollo printer. You have to print out your label, smack it on, and you're ready to drop it off at the mailroom.
So yes, make sure. Pro tip, make sure you're writing the number of each box that you're doing. Okay, so the last thing we did was we bought Gaylords. We went to Goodwill.
But the warehouse, like the Goodwill warehouse.
The Goodwill outlet store, yeah. And we basically found like these Gaylords of books. Gaylords are just like these huge...
It's just to, the
word
Gaylord, yeah.
It's just a measurement. Nothing weird. Yeah,
nothing weird. Why would you think that? Well,
actually
we got 6 Gaylords. And before we got the Gaylord, we didn't know how big they were. We should have got like 2, but we got 6, guys. It was an adventure, honestly.
We paid about $500 for like all the Gaylords. It was like $85. I think it was like $85 each Gaylord. And then after we did that, it was approximately, let's say, 8,000 to 10,000 books.
Okay, guys, so we had to switch to another camera because our original camera died. But back to what we were saying about the Gaylords. So we finished the Gaylords in about a week. We had some help. After getting through all the books, meaning scanning every single book, we got through like some of it was junk, meaning like cassette tapes and like old CDs, and some books didn't even have labels because that's how old the books were. We also had like a lot of like Harry Potter books and a lot of like popular fiction books that we had to get. After going through all like 8,000 to 10,000 books, how much were we left with?
We only had about 300 books that were good.
300 books that were good?
It was like 300. So with those 300 books that
I didn't even know that. I thought it was more than that.
300.
OMG.
So it was 300 books basically good. And with those 300 books, we netted about $10,000. So the way Inventory Lab works, it shows you how much you're projected to make. Amazon doesn't pay you until the book sells. So we were projected to make gross, it was about like $11,000 and then about $10,000 profit. We basically spend around 8 cents per book. So like, let's say 8 cents and the book sells for like $150. Like, look how much that margin is. But we did have a lot of books. The one thing about buying the Gaylords, if you do choose to buy Gaylord, finding the books is very easy. Just trying to find out what to do with the duds. Duds just mean that bad books. So the Harry Potters, the Game of Thrones.
All the books that weren't going to make us a profit. So what we started doing was donating them. If we were getting books from like places that were donating books, why not just give them to little schools and small towns that were having book fairs and stuff?
So we basically donated them. I donated a lot to like the Goodwill, like around me, Salvation Army. I threw a bunch of books away in the local
But
dump.
those were the ones that were like, they had no label,
no cover,
all of the
old
cassette
books.
tapes. Like, we had to get rid of that stuff.
Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, like the cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Also, I tried to sell a bunch. Like, I was selling them like $50 for like a crate of books. Some people came and bought, so that's what I did. Also, what we could have done, but we didn't choose to do, there's this website called Sell Back Your Book, and you can basically sell your books, but it's like 15, 10 cents, 8 cents. But if you have enough books, like 15, 8 cents, it adds up. If you have thousands of books.
We should have done that, but we didn't know until after. So we're gonna do a quick recap for you guys. Go, Donald.
So first what you're gonna do, you need to find the product that you're gonna sell. What product are you gonna sell? We did books, so if you guys wanna do books, you need to get the paid version of Amazon. Then you're gonna download SkyIQ. SkyIQ is gonna help find the book. Find which book is good, find which book to accept and reject. Then you're gonna get your barcode scanner. These cost $40 on Amazon. If anybody needs one, a lucky subscriber, I can send you one. I can send you one in the mail. Yeah, we're not in the book business right now, guys. I can send you, I got a couple of these. I can send you one in the mail. But basically, you're gonna get one of these scanners. You're just gonna go scanning away on these books. After you do that, after you get all the books that are good, you get your boxes, because you're gonna need U-Haul boxes. You're gonna download Inventory Lab. Inventory Lab gives you a free 1-month trial. With Inventory Lab, you're gonna list all the books that you're gonna put into Amazon. You're gonna list them and you're gonna put them into the box. And this first free month, you guys have to hit the ground running. Use that free month so you guys can get as much books as you can and sell as much as you can. So after that, after you get Inventory Lab, you list all the books, put the MSKU. Remember, you're gonna need your Rolo printer. And you're gonna need 2x1 labels. These 2x1 labels, you're gonna print them out. You're gonna put them on the back of all the books. You also need the shipping labels for the Rolo printer. And then 4x6. You're gonna need 4x6 thermal paper, basically. That's like the sticky paper that you can just slap on, basically. You're gonna need that to ship out the boxes. And after you do that, you ship them to the UPS store and you're done. And then you just wait for Amazon to receive them.
And then
the sales start
racking up.
And I know it might
Seem like a lot, but once you have all of the software set up, you're just scanning, labeling, and putting it in the box. That's all you're doing.
But guys, hopefully this video helped you guys start Amazon FBA, because a bunch of people asked me questions about this. So
That's the only reason we made this video, because people were asking questions. All right, guys, thanks so much for making this far.
we have something very, very, very important to tell you. Come here, come closer. We were monetized! Our entertainment business is growing.
Guys, we're selling the ebooks. We sell like 5-10 ebooks every week, and the ebooks are $5. Like, we're making money, guys.
the price went up.
The price went up. How much is the ebook now?
It's $10.
$10.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Also, I didn't know he raised the price. He did that
Yo,
behind my back.
It's too much free game. I was
He
going
did that
back.
behind my back. Also, guys, Dom's being paid on Instagram. I'm being paid on TikTok. I'm this close to being paid on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like,
We're working
guys,
on Snapchat. I'm working on Snapchat. The
Guys, we're
Spotlight.
influencers. So yeah, it's gonna be a great year for us. Thank you for coming along on this journey. If you made it this far, give yourself a pat on the back. And we really love you guys. We did it. We're monetized. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you. So finally saying deuces.